skirts and blouses, and men in traditional galabiyas. There were also young women in long dresses and head veils, the Islamic dress of the new fundamentalism, and peasant women sashaying down the street with their buttocks slung in tight black cloaks, a garment that revealed the very charms it was intended to conceal. Jasmine tried to see in the crowd the child she once was, a little girl with pale skin and blonde hair, skipping along with her duskier companions, carefree, unaware of the turbulent future that was racing toward her. Jasmine leaned close to the window. Was that girl somehow still here? And if she saw her, would she stop the taxi and say, "Come with me. We will go far away from here, far away from the danger and betrayal that awaits you." The taxi coughed and lurched past the pedestrians. Then, all of a sudden, she was on a street so stunning in its familiarity that, for a moment, she couldn't breathe. The driver slowed the car as Jasmine gazed out at trees and garden walls long forgotten. It was as if she had left Egypt only yesterday, and her fear grew. She could, of course, have thrown away the letter that had arrived at her Los Angeles office a few days ago with its cryptic message. "Dr. Jasmine Van Kirk, could you please come to Cairo at once? It is urgent. There is a matter about your inheritance which must be discussed." The letter was from a lawyer in Cairo. She remembered him from when she was a child growing up on Virgins of Paradise Street. The man had been the family's lawyer. Apparently, he still was. "You should go," her best friend Rachel, also a doctor, had said. "You'll never be able to get on with your life until you come to terms with your family. Maybe this is a good sign, a chance to lay your demons to rest." Jasmine had telephoned the lawyer for details. "I am sorry, Dr. Van Kirk," he had said, "but it is very complicated. You must come here." "Stop, please," she said to the driver, and the cab came to a halt beneath a canopy of ancient cottonwood trees that grew from behind an impressive stone wall. Glimpsed behind the wall was an enormous house surrounded by a peaceful garden, a rare sight in this congested, overpopulated city. As she stared at the 3-story rose-colored mansion with ornate balconies and wooden lattice screens over the windows, Jasmine was suddenly overcome. She thought, "This is the place where I was born. Here I drew my first breath, shed my first tear, laughed my first laugh. And here I was banished from the family, cursed, and sentenced to death." She regarded the house, a stone and mortar monument to Egypt's glamorous and decadent past. Those shuttered windows might open and familiar faces appear, faces she had once loved and cherished, or hated and feared, faces belonging to generations of Rasheeds, a powerful and aristocratic family. They had been rich beyond imagining, intimate friends of kings and bashas, beautiful and blessed, but under the glamour, burdened by secrets of insanity, adultery, murder. Questions crowded her mind. Does the family still live here? And then she was recalling words from long ago, Amira saying, "A woman might have more than one husband in her lifetime. She can have many brothers and many sons, but she can only ever have one father." "Driver," Jasmine said abruptly, turning away from the memory of her father and their last terrible day together. "Take me to the Hilton, please." As the taxi pulled out onto a busy street, Jasmine realized that she was crying. At the airport, when she had stepped down from the plane, she had braced herself for the shock of being back, but she had so prepared herself, so wrapped herself in defenses, that no shock had come. There had been no emotions, no feelings. She might have been in any airport in the world. But now, having driven through the city of her childhood, and having seen the house on Virgins of Paradise Street again, she felt the barriers begin to crumble. Cairo, after all these years! Despite her tears, Jasmine could see changes that astounded her. Many of the aristocratic old houses had been sold to big businesses. Neon signs were affixed to elegant old facades. There were high-rises going up, new construction, the constant noise of jackhammers and pile drivers. It looked as if a war had demolished whole city blocks and surrounded them with chain-link fences. Even so, this was still her beloved Cairo. Brazen, gaudy, audacious, this was a city that had withstood 10 centuries of invasions, foreign occupations, wars, plagues, and eccentric rulers. Her taxi lurched and braked around Tahrir Square, now like the center ring in a circus, chopped off